Greetings, job streamers. Adonis McReynolds here with my co-CEO, Jess Seitz. We are doing an amazing video today for the seasoned generation. Those who are in the workforce, looking to be in the workforce, or currently in the workforce, that are getting up there in terms of their age, right? I think that's important to really say because most people in the workforce today who are getting up there in age are facing some difficulties. What do you think, Jess? What are you seeing in the market?
Yeah, absolutely. Ageism is very real. I know there's little like tricks of people trying to not put like when they graduated on their CVs, not trying to put like so much details about their birth dates, like the year, because it's very real. Like there's obvious reasons that we're going to talk about, and it can be a lot harder for a seasoned professional to get hired. So that's why we're making this video to tell you exactly how you can, change that and position yourself to be a really important and valuable hire, even if you are a little bit up there in years.
Yeah, a little bit up there. I mean, we're talking about you could be, in your 70s. You could even, heck, you could even be in your 80s. Age is just a number at the end of the day, and we're going to kind of show you the number one way to defeat ageism in today's society. So, step number one to beating ageism is don't fit the stereotypes. Okay, the stereotypes of ageism is that the person is outdated, everything that they know, even though they know a lot, is obsolete, meaning it was meaningful at one point in time what they knew, but it is no longer meaningful. There are inabilities, so to speak, or I should say disabilities when it comes to just accomplishing simple tasks, right? Like, God bless my grandparents, but if I told them to do certain things, right, maybe sometimes coherently they're just not tracking, right? And so that happens when we get older, right? I know it's going to happen to me, it happens to all people, but to the best of your ability, like if you're taking care of yourself and for the most part that's not you and you can follow simple tasks, and you know how to do simple things with technology, you're in a good spot, right? Because today is really all about technology. It really is. Like if you just don't know the AI landscape at all, you're not keeping up with all the YouTube videos and the trends and social media and all that kind of stuff. I know us old people, and I say us old people because like in my heart and soul I'm an old man in a young man's body. I actually don't like social media very much. I try as much as I can not to be super involved with it, even though I know that seems contradictory as I'm sitting here creating these videos, but I'm doing this out of necessity. Bear in mind, like I operate on social media out of necessity. I don't operate on it because I love it, but it's part of life. Like you just have to embrace it. And if you're an older person, I mean, you don't have to embrace it, but you also don't work either in that case, right? So the stereotypes are they don't know technology, they're slow at learning technology, they slow at learning in general. They don't follow simple tasks, right? And they lack the energy that it takes to be able to step into a work environment and, be a positive impact on the culture, right? What are some other stereotypes that you know of, Jessica, that, you think that, uh, if people have these, it's just going to be probably a no-go?
Yeah, I think another issue is that if you are older than and you're working for a younger person, like the younger person is the boss, then the stereotype is that you're gonna come in being a know-it-all and you're gonna feel like because you're older that you have seniority even if you don't. And it's gonna just be harder to work with you because you're not gonna want to take direction because you're gonna want to be the boss even though you're not in that position. So that's another important thing to overcome and make sure that you are where you rank. So if you are working as the CEO, then great, you're the boss, do what you want. But if you're not and you're hired as an employee, even if your boss is 25, 23, you still need to take direction from them. You still need to do things the way that they do it. If you think that you have a better way to do it, that's great, but approach it in a friendly way and say, hey, I think I could do it like this. What do you think about that? And if they agree to it, awesome. But if they don't, you got to play the game. And even if you think, your way is better, too bad because you're not the boss. And I always tell people, look, there's many ways to get to 4, right? 2 plus 2 equals 4. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 2 minus 6, 6 minus 2 equals 4. So just because you have a way doesn't mean it's the only way. And if you're going to come in with that stereotype of like, I'm older, I know everything, then people are not going to want to hire you for that. So make sure that you are a team player.
Yeah, and willing to submit to the boss, right? Because like at the end of the day, like if you want to be CEO, start your own darn business then, right? I hear a lot of people complaining, oh, the boss this, the boss that. Start your own business then. See how easy it is, right? So as business owners ourselves, like we don't want to hear any complaining about the boss. Like either you get in line with what the boss is telling you, or you create your own business. It's really that simple. So another stereotype of like that really isn't necessarily unavoidable, okay, but it's something, it is avoidable in a sense, but in another sense it's also kind of like it is what it is. Businesses are looking to hire people that are going to work for their company long term, right? If you're taking really good care of yourself, and you've if by providence, you don't have any like problems that are going to keep you from being around in the near future, like you should be good to go, right? You got to take care of yourself, got to exercise, stay in shape, stay energized. That's a big thing. The low energy thing, it's definitely going to hurt you in the long run. And that's part of getting older is like, you are going to have less energy than you did when you were in your 20s, right? But nevertheless, like you still want to have enough energy where it's like, okay, we can justify bringing this person aboard. We know they're going to have a positive impact on our culture. And what also helps with that is happiness, right? Like if you're one of those crotchety old people that's just like, oh man, like life sucks and like you're just negative all the time, that's also not good, right? That's also a stereotype you want to avoid. And by the way, that goes for young people too. Like no one wants to hire a crotchety young person either. So anyway, all that said, these are all the stereotypes that if you avoid, you're in a good spot. But you still have a problem, right? As an older person, like Jess was saying, you're probably going to, find yourself trying to hide your age. You're probably going to have to like take certain things off of your resume if you even want to be entertained, right? And so that's not necessarily an issue if you're able to overcome all of the stereotype objections that we just named, right? And how do we overcome those? Well, for the longest time, Jess and I have actually been advertising and promoting video marketing as a way of getting employed. It's very important. We believe that video marketing is the best way to beat ageism. Why? Because they actually get to feel you out. They actually get to see you in the flesh. They get to see how those wrinkles be moving, right? So, hey, it's a reality. Like, let them see the wrinkles, but let them see the energy. Let them see the experience. Let them see all of those stereotypes that they thought that you were just because of your age disappear. Because on video, you get to communicate who you really are, right? You get to exude that passion. You get to bring your energy to the table. And even if it's less energy, it's all relevant, right? It's all important in terms of understanding. Because there's a trade-off. While you may lack the energy and the youth, you make up for that if you have a really, really amazing experience, right? Experience is incredible to have for a company. And if you bring as much energy and youth as you possibly can bring, and you bring that experience, the youth don't have that experience. They can't bring all of that to the table. So there's value in hiring a seasoned professional, someone who's been in the business 20, 25, even 30 years or 40 years, heck, right? My grandfather, I believe, could step into a business right now and probably make great money because he was a top biller back when he was in the 80s and the 90s, right? Now, he would have to change some things. He'd have to get more acquainted with certain technologies and kind of catch up with some things, but is the work ethic there? Yes. Is the energy there? Yes. Is the passion and experience there? Absolutely. So, the point is, if you have experience, great experience, you have some level of energy that you can put on video. We can help you with that. We're not here to just tell you make your own video and figure out how to beat ageism by yourself. No, we have specific things that we want to talk about on a podcast, right? We want to have you on a podcast or have you on one of our private side shows, right? And broadcast your abilities, broadcast what you bring to the table. Or we can make a private, we have a private channel where we keep certain videos. And so no one else has to see but the employers if you so choose. Some people are a little conscientious about what's on the internet. But anyway, Jess, what do you have to add on video marketing and how that's helping the senior crowd?
Yeah, video marketing is really like a cut above everything because it really shows that you're tech savvy. It shows that you're on the trends. It also, like Adana said, exudes your personality, your passion, and it's just like probably the single best way to beat the ageism stereotypes in today's landscape. And so it's very important. It's not something you could really skip if you're, honestly, I would say no one can skip it, even if you're young. I would say you should do
Yeah. I was
it.
gonna say that too. Like, young people don't get to get away with this just because they're young. I mean, they can get away with it a little bit more. But the truth is like most young people today are still being asked to send a video in to a company because the company wants to know, like, how does this person carry themselves? Are they professional? When they open up the video, are they gonna have a suit and tie on? Are they gonna be in their wife beater, right? There's gonna be a number of different things that they're gonna look at. How is this person's bed gonna look when they're zooming in their bedroom? There's just too many things, too many reasons why you should be video marketing. It's the future. It's everything it's going to fix a lot of different perception issues that people have when you're just going by resume and LinkedIn alone. So we have a great standalone service for video marketing. We can definitely get you up to 5 videos, for pretty inexpensive pricing. Like we can get that to you. And if you feel like you want help distributing those videos, that's a whole nother story. We have ways of getting that out to everybody, anybody and everybody that you want to get it out to. And but yeah, first things first is just getting those videos together and making sure that you have the firepower now with those videos to overcome those objections. Even young people, listen up. This is for you too. But yeah, everybody has this superpower of video marketing, and we can assist greatly with that. We can work with you on scripts, give you talking points, frame your videos so that way you're not lost talking about things that just don't matter. So, with all that said, come visit us, check out our other videos on YouTube about different things that you can do to get a competitive hiring advantage. Jess, any closing words on the subject of ageism and video marketing?
Yeah, so just, exactly what you said. And also, if all of what we said, it's like, oh, it's daunting, it's scary, whatever, do think about starting your own business. As an older person, that is actually a huge advantage because people see like older people in the workforce as, maybe someone that's going to retire soon or not know it, all the technology. But when you're a business owner and you're like an older person, you're seen more as like wise and wisdom, and you can say, oh, I've been in business for 15 years, even if you haven't, just to kind of get your first clients, and it helps a lot. So we can also help you with that if you feel like, maybe the workforce isn't for you and instead you want to get clients and start consulting. You could use a lot of your experience just consulting as well. So you can also talk to us about starting your own business because we do help with that as well. And that's another way to combat ageism and maybe even have a more fulfilling last chapter of your life. You never know.
Stick it to the man, right? I mean, I always say if you have a lot of experience and success doing something for other people, the last thing you have left to prove is that you can do the same thing for yourself, right? So if anybody likes a good challenge, you want to wake up in the morning and feel invigorated, you have your own brand, something else that you're starting, but you don't know where to begin, that's where we come in. We can help you with all of those different things and take care of those early business needs that'll get you set up and walking on your own 2 feet. So with all that said, wishing all of you, not just the seniors, but the young people watching this video as well, all the best moving forward in your job search. Check us out at jobstreamai.com, and we look forward to seeing you on the other side.